Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the Barroom Boys. Today we have a lot to cover. We're going to go into a new spin the wheel. We're going to give you an update on our Instagram, do a quick UFC recap with Hodska. We got Bobby Bonilla contracts. We got Kareem Hunt trades. And at the end, we're going to be breaking down each NFL division completely irrationally on how they're going to do. And we're going to wrap all of this up with a situational beer snake draft. So honestly, a great episode planned. So let's get right into it. How we doing, boys?
Pretty good. Pretty good weekend. Yesterday was probably one of the funnest but most unexpected days of my life. I basically give it a little rundown. So me and my boys got together, played some beer die, hucked for a couple hours. And it was like 5 o'clock and we were debating like going out or not. And then one of my boys was like, yo, what if we just get completely fucked up and go do an escape room? So that's what we did. So we just kept drinking and
those are crazy.
Escape room at like 9:30. Did it in like 44 minutes. Like 6 of us just completely trashed. I kind of carried the squad, but I told my parents this morning like what I did yesterday, and they're like, "What the fuck?" It was like the most unexpected thing, but it was great.
That sounds awesome.
That's awesome. I know that they're open like pretty late, which
Yeah,
that's like more of like a late night activity. But those are cool. I did one, and the brain power in my family was very little. It was difficult for us to get out of. Let's just say that.
Yeah, it was fun drunk because we were all just like fucking yelling at each other. And then once we figured out something, we'd all go ape shit.
Yeah, you normally have like one guy who knows what he's doing, and then like 4 or 5 guys just like leech on, and then you make like one breakthrough, and then just the whole room flips out, and you pretty much
exactly
spend like 30 minutes relying on the other guy to get to the next breakthrough.
Yeah, like me and my boy were kind of like big braining the entire thing, while my other boys kind of did like bits and bobs. And like one of my friends was just like purely like his job was to solely write shit on the whiteboard that we might or might not need.
He's just the group scribe.
Yeah, it was great. Like definitely the person that was like overviewing the room, watching through the camera, definitely had some laughs in there from what we said and also did. So it's a good time.
Yeah, my weekend was not as exciting. I was stuck at the country club, but I'm done working for as of today. So that's exciting. I got my money's worth and my golf's worth.
There you go.
On the bigger and better.
Very nice. Yeah. I spent the whole weekend with my girlfriend, and that's kind of all I got to do. And I'm fine with it. So
good guy.
Pretty easy.
Yeah.
Big news, huge news. Probably the biggest news we talk about today. Barroom Boys has a brand new IG at Barroom Boys Pod on Instagram. Follow it, share it.
Oh,
everything's going to be posted there. Instagram really fucked us in the ass, but I just decided, you know what? I'm going to give up on the old account, the cooler account, and we're just going to restart, and we're going to make it better than ever. So
they couldn't handle our meteoric explosion.
No, they couldn't.
We were racking up too many views on the Brittany Griner video.
It was crazy. They just couldn't decide what to do with us. So they said, you know what, just get the fuck off our platform. And we said, nah, that ain't happening. So
they found out that Gary was in charge of the Instagram, and they said, nope, we got to switch it.
Had to get rid of it.
Yeah. Instagram doesn't want to see us win.
At Barroom Boys Pod. So follow that once you get to this part. Pause it here. We'll give you guys a quick moment of silence to go do that. Okay, welcome back.
Glad you got that done. Thanks for the support.
Yeah.
Always. Now, on to our new favorite thing, the punishment wheel. I guess let's just get straight into it, huh?
Yeah. Well.
Yeah, so let me get ready to pull this up. And
so I'm assuming that I'm still eligible for the punishment, even though I did the last one. Is that how we're doing it? It's just a wheel. Fuck.
Welcome back to the wheel. So this one is our names. The other one's the punishments. So let's do it.
Same punishments?
Mm-hmm. Well, a couple different ones.
Yeah,
Well-
let us know on Instagram and
Oh
Twitter.
Oh
no!
no, Hanska.
Let them know what? Let them know that you have to do another stupid challenge.
Let them know to stay tuned for another video, huh?
Yeah, I guess so. So does this mean I'm doing a challenge, or does this mean I'm just fucked no matter
This
what?
means you're spinning this wheel, whatever it lands on, you may have to do or not have to do.
There's still a few nothings.
All right.
Yeah. Any last words?
I just don't want the milk again, or really the water bucket challenge. Like, I don't want to do that twice in a row. I feel like that's still content at this point.
Let's see what happens.
Come on, come on.
Oh, you got so lucky.
Oh
bro.
no,
go.
that's so lame. Nothing.
That's
Bro, I started
lame.
to shit my pants because I was close to the gallon of milk, and I did not want to do that.
You got lucky, bro.
Bro, I deserved it. Someone else's name should have been spun.
That's fair. You did the last challenge, the
Yeah,
inaugural challenge.
definitely.
It is what it is, but luckily you don't have a punishment, but you can lead us in the UFC recap. So take it away, Had.
Yeah, for those that don't know, so UFC Vegas fight 59 was last night. Actually one of the most insane UFC cards in the most recent years of UFC. For those that don't watch UFC or don't really follow it too much, I don't really either. I'm just like an avid UFC viewer, occasionally watch it, place a couple bets on it. But last night was just really action packed and great for the viewer. For the first time, I'm reading a statistic right now. All 10 fights yesterday ended inside the distance. So there was a knockout, a submission, or a KO in each of the 10 fights last night, marking the first time since November 2014 that every fight on the card resulted in a stoppage. So it was just crazy action packed. A lot of haymakers were thrown. A guy broke his leg. Like, it was crazy.
Damn.
The title fight, Jamal Hill beat Thiago Santos, who are both really good fighters. It was a really good fight. But Hill stopped him in the 4th round. But overall, it was just like a crazy viewing experience. Even like people I was watching with my boys after we went and did the escape room, and we were just like, holy fuck, this is entertaining as shit. Compared to some UFC fights that have been really stale over the past couple weeks. So it was a great change of pace and overall very entertaining to watch. So
Yeah, that's awesome. You love to see 10 fights like that in a row. Normally the undercards can be hit or miss.
yeah,
Including can be hit or miss, but to see 10 fights.
yeah. I mean, looking at some of like the stoppages, it was first fight was an armbar submission.
What was the
The
quickest fight?
The quickest fight ended at 40 or a minute 56 of round 1. So about a minute and a half, like a minute into the fight, it ended. There were 3 round 1 stoppages last night. So quick fights. There was an armbar submission, a Von Flue choke submission, a really nasty head kick from Brian Battle. That one went on social media today. You probably saw. Just knocked him out cold. That guy was asleep. But some rear naked chokes, a lot of punches and strikes, and just knockdowns. It was crazy. A lot of fun.
So what can we look forward to? Any big names coming?
On UFC, I have to look at some. I know
For sure.
a couple. Usman's fighting soon. Yeah. I mean, I know some are lined up mainly for like October. I'm not sure about the rest of August and September. Do some more research on that. But hopefully that UFC is more entertaining and like this card in the future, because it was fun to watch.
What was more entertaining for you this weekend? The escape room or UFC?
Bro, I don't know. Probably the escape room, just because it was, I mean, they were both pretty entertaining, but I mean, the escape room was actually like caused me doing stuff with a bunch of my friends, and we acted kind of like idiots. So I'd say that over just watching TV and just reacting to guys getting their shit rocked. So,
I'm assuming.
huh? Yeah, I can't hear you, Beef.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're good.
Why?
I told you, bro. Stop moving your laptop. Just hold it still.
What I was gonna say. Did you
Yeah.
make it out in time?
Oh yeah, we made it out. We had an hour to do it. We made it out with 18 minutes to spare, or like 17 and change. Used 2 of our 3 free hints, which in hindsight we really didn't need to use because one of my friends was trying to open a lock that I gave him the combo for like 10 minutes ago, or like for like 10 minutes he was trying to open it. And he couldn't open it even though I gave him the right combo and saw him do it. And I was like, yo, let me do it. I did it on my first try, looked at him, called him an idiot, and probably something worse that I probably am going to refrain from saying on this podcast. But yeah, that was like,
We don't want to get our other Instagram account taken down.
yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
we just got one back.
Yeah.
Let's take it slow.
Playing nice right now.
All right, let's move it over to the world of baseball. Kind of not a big story unless you follow baseball. If you're a big avid baseball fan, you know who Bobby Bonilla is. For those of you who don't or don't really follow baseball, he's a former New York Met player who basically got his contract extended out to where he gets $1,193,248.20 every single year until 2035 on July 1st. So
He'll be
every
72 in 2035, and he retired probably when he was around 40.
yeah,
So-
and every July 1st is well known in the baseball world as Bobby Bonilla Day. Well, recently at an auction, they sold the contract that he signed for $180,000,
That's
which
ridiculous.
is mind blowing to me. Like that is ridiculous.
I feel like it should be worth more, right?
Yeah, Beeve, as a Mets fan, how much do you think that's worth? I feel like
Hey,
that's the
look.
most legendary contract in Mets history.
Yeah,
I feel like the Bobby Bonilla contract is one of the most legendary contracts in sports history.
I think it
There
is.
have been contracts since where
Yeah.
guys get like paid on some like crazy insurance policy until they're like 50 years old. But the Bobby Bonilla contract is simply one of its kind.
Yeah. Did some like Mets organization like aficionado or like crazy fan win the auction? Like had to be, right?
Yeah, it's gotta be. I mean, I didn't get to see that far into it, but
You know
that's what
what?
it seemed like.
Probably Steve Cohen himself, the man paying Bobby Bonilla right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, as far as like in the baseball world, like the only more famous like transactional paper has got to be Babe Ruth of the Yankees. Like that's in the
That
Hall
paper
of
even
Fame.
exists. Can you imagine?
Yeah.
That
Bro,
thing is
it's in the Hall of Fame. Like
Is it really?
it's crazy. Yeah.
I've been to the Hall of Fame. I don't remember seeing that, but I take your word for it. That's a crazy piece of paper. I saw that a Honus Wagner baseball card was recently sold for like, don't quote me on the number, but I think it was around like $5 million.
Yeah, it was 7
baseball
digits for
card.
sure.
Yeah,
It's like the most famous baseball card like on the planet. It's,
right. Yeah, they only have like around 50 in the world.
Mm-hmm.
There's one at the Hall of Fame, and most of them are in like private collections, and people don't even know where the other ones are. So
Yeah.
find one in a condition like that's semi good, you're looking at easy 7 figures, which is ridiculous because if you see it in real life, it's like 3 inches tall. Like it's so small.
Yeah.
Mhm.
For a thing that
Put a
probably
price
cost
tag like that on something like so small like that is ridiculous. But
yeah. And
hey,
especially like the markup on like not even just that card, but like baseball cards and like any like cards in general, trading cards is like crazy. You buy
oh,
something
yeah.
for like $2 or $3 in a pack, and now it's worth like 7 figures. It's just
I mean, for
bro.
some people, it's like an investment. If you buy
yeah,
cards
exactly.
decades
Yeah,
ago,
there's like Pokemon cards that are going for millions of dollars. Like it's
right? They've
insane.
got like Hall of Fame rookie cards.
Yeah.
They got the card when they were rookie, and now they're 20 years post retirement.
It's
Yeah.
crazy.
Going crazy, but yeah, interesting market.
Yeah, for sure. Still wish I had like because I used to keep all my cards in like a shoebox. I still wish I had that shoebox, but I have no idea where the fuck it is.
I have one, but like they're not in good like
Shape. Yeah, not in good
but they're
condition.
from like my grandfather and my dad who like
Yeah,
used to like
same.
so I don't know. Maybe there's some money in there, but they're not in the best shape. So I don't
Yeah.
know. All right, Beef. What was the big story you wanted today?
So one story that I saw pretty recently that I thought was funny is that the Angels the other day broke a major league record, or I guess created a record. They're the first team ever to score 7 runs off of 7 home runs. And they also hit 7 home runs and lost. So the Angels have the 2 best players in baseball. We've talked about this before, and somehow they're just abysmal. So,
Bro, I remember, and this fits in perfectly. I saw a tweet about the Angels. It's like every day I see the same thing with the Angels. It's like Mike Trout goes 3 for 4, 2 home runs, 6 RBIs, and Shohei Ohtani does something that hasn't been done since like old Bob Billy Ferguson in the 1912 season.
Abner Doubleday himself.
And the Angels lose 7-6. Like it's the most mind-blowing thing. I can't, like, watching the Angels is just so interesting because you know they're gonna lose, but they're gonna set all these records and do all this cool shit along the way, but they can't win a fucking ball game. They have the 2 best players in the world. Granted, Trout's hurt, but
they have no
I don't
other choice but
understand.
to offload those guys, right? I mean, they've proven that they simply can't win with them. Why not just
I don't
let
know.
somebody else have them? It's just not fair for baseball.
It's not.
It's not fair for baseball to have Ohtani on the LA Angels winning 70 games a year max.
I mean, Trout's made the playoffs, I think, 1 time in a wild card, if that.
That's a crazy stat.
Best player I've ever seen in my life, and he just doesn't matter. Can't go to playoffs.
Crazy stat. Also, congrats on Jacob deGrom for getting his first win of the season today. He was perfect through 5 and something. Gave up a walk and then they pulled him out. So good to see. I saw him strike out a player with 3 straight 100+ mile-an-hour pitches. So he's back.
Yeah. Yankees are on a tough stretch right now. I think they have a losing record since the beginning of June, which who cares? They're still
they're so far ahead it doesn't even matter.
It doesn't matter at all, but you'd like to see him pick up. Benintendi hasn't done anything since he's gotten here. Aaron Hicks is 0 for the last 800. It's not looking good right now. Judge is still hitting the ball, which is nice. I think he had 4 RBIs today. We still lost though to the Cardinals, but we're coming along.
Bro, it's funny seeing like Judge's stats because he hits nukes, right? I saw like this earlier this week. He had like a 317-yard homer. Or homer. Like it's so shallow. What?
Foot?
Yeah, that's why I'm at. See, I'm not a baseball.
Oh, you said it wasn't that far? Is that your point?
Yeah, 317 is short, right?
Yeah, Yankee Stadium is a joke.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, hey.
I hit a 419-foot home run with some random person in Little League World Baseball 2009 on the Wii this weekend. So
hey, speaking of Little League, Mondo, you probably know, when's the Little League World Series? Because that's must-watch TV.
That's probably soon, right? I feel like it's always like August.
Yeah, no, it's always in August. So it's probably
it should be within the next couple weeks, I think.
Williamsport.
Oh, yeah, when I was a kid, I was glued to the TV watching that.
Yeah, there's some comedy gold in the little stat lines, like the favorite TV show and the
I mean that's really every kid's dream.
Yeah.
Go to Cooperstown playing.
Be on like ESPN and shit.
Williamsburg, Virginia, right? Williamsport, Virginia, playing the Little League World Series.
No, it's Pennsylvania, I thought.
Pennsylvania.
Well, I just butchered that, didn't I?
Yeah, you did.
Well, they also they always have that one kid who's like says he's 12 years old and he's 6'5", like 250.
The guy from Benchwarmers, I am 12.
And then you got like the scrawny, like 5 foot 12-year-old that eventually ends up being like an MLB slugger.
Yeah.
Bro, it's Little League World Series is so much fun to watch, especially like when you watch.
My name is Dig Al, and I hit dingers.
If you guys remember that Chicago team that was like dominant in the World Series at one point, I don't know if you did, but like half their team just got drafted into the MLB, and like it was just kind of cool to watch. Like it's just they're.
You mean the team that had the girl as a pitcher?
I don't think it's that team. It's a different one that got caught for cheating. It's like they cheated at the Little League World Series.
Yeah, there have been
How do
more
you
than
cheat at the
one
Little League World Series? Like
cheating
that's
scandals coming from that.
Yeah. So basically, what happened is they rezoned to get all the good players to fit in the where the team is.
gotcha.
They got caught, and so they just got in so much trouble. It was insane.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's just crazy. But let's go ahead and go over to the world of the NFL. The biggest news of the day, it's not really crazy news, but Kareem Hunt obviously wants out of the Browns. And the Browns basically just said, yeah, go fuck yourself. So Kareem Hunt's not going anywhere. The Browns veto any trade. Kind of ridiculous because the Browns are a bunch of scumbags. But again, so is Kareem Hunt. So I guess it doesn't matter. He's on the right
Perfect
team. I don't
match.
know why he'd
Why
want
would
to
you want to
leave.
leave?
Yeah, he'd fit right in always. I don't know. That was kind of the biggest news. We're really in the dog days of sports right now. There isn't shit to talk about.
Kareem Hunt should be a starting running back on a team, and it's like they have such a good monster, like 1-2 punch with Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt. But realistically, if it wasn't for his off the field issues, he would be a starting high end running back, probably still for Kansas City. But he, at the end of the day, he should be on a team. Someone should pay him the money that they need if they need a running back, because he's a good talent. And whenever Chubb gets hurt, he always steps right in and gets 100 yards, 2 TDs, couple catches, like really good fantasy day. So
yeah, it's definitely interesting. I don't know what the Browns are gonna do. They really don't need Kareem Hunt, but if they could get a good trade package, maybe for a quarterback for the next couple weeks, maybe the whole season, based on kind of what I'm hearing with the suspension rumors from what Roger Goodell is gonna do, might not be a bad move. But that's just me.
Yeah, but he would I'm biased by saying this, but like I don't want him, but he would be a good fit on a team like the Patriots. Someone that's like kind of focuses on not so much running downhill, but opening up the run, the play action, getting involved in the screen game. Yeah, like I don't see him getting traded to the Patriots just because we have a lot of running backs with talent, but like a team like that, he would be a good fit on. Like the Texans or someone like that, they kind of need a running back, even though Damian Pierce is a beast. Shout out him, go Gators, baby. But yeah.
Yeah, I could see him going there. Maybe Seattle could be a good option for him.
Yep.
Just kind of what the Browns want to do, because they're the ones who can just say no, which is
exactly
kind of crazy to me, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
You guys want to hop into this little I guess just ridiculous pick section we had for an idea?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, okay. So basically how this is going to work is we're going to give you the completely most accurate outlook on the divisions this year and how teams are going to do. And it's going to be completely irrational logic. So take our picks with a grain of salt or listen to them, but just know what you're getting out of it. So I guess let's start in the NFC, and then Had, you and I will end with the AFC East. So we'll just kind of work our way up.
Yeah, so start with Beef's division and then end with ours.
Yep. So NFC East, let's start with the Cowboys. So what do we think about their season?
I hate the Cowboys. I mean, as long as they got Jerry Jones as their owner, and they're always just going to be in the shitter, and they're going to be good. They're going to have a great first half of the season. They might even win a few games to start the second half. But once they get in the playoffs, I mean, it's like a deer in headlights for Dak Prescott and his Dallas Cowboys. They're going to lose to probably a bottom tier team, a team that's worse than them late in the season. And it's going to shock a lot of people, and then it's just going to go downhill from there.
Well,
yeah, I think the Cowboys are going to have an all right season. I mean, Jerry Jones is very rich, so he'll make it work somehow. Zeke always keeps eating, whether it's junk food or on the NFL or on the field.
He is turning more and more into like a bull. than a running
Yeah.
back. He's got the septum piercing.
Yeah, and I
Got the
saw
green hair.
Cowboys fans love to hype up Trayvon Diggs, even though I saw him get dusted by a white guy in preseason camp this week. So that's good for them. And then yeah, I mean, as long as Tony Romo's in the booth, they'll probably win some games, especially if Romo's on the call. But overall, I see their season finishing a measly 10-7.
10-7 might be
Well,
good enough to win that division this year. Honestly, they're still the division favorites. They gotta be.
I'm gonna keep it short and sweet. Dak sounds like Dick, and the Cowboys are gonna be sucking a whole lot of it this year.
Yeah.
Thank you
Also,
very much.
Also, Aiden Diggs doesn't know Dak Prescott's name and called him Patrick Mahomes. So that means that Trayvon Diggs is kind of dumb for teaching his son that. So that also gives them like probably a -2 wins. So make my prediction 8-9. Locking it in.
Locking it in. Now on to the Eagles. I mean, as far as their mascot goes, they're gonna get trampled by everyone else in the division. I mean, they're facing off with the Cowboy who's got guns. There's a whole football team, a commander that they would have to play. And then they have to fight a giant, which I don't think is going to go too well for a bird. So I don't see the Eagles season working out too well this year.
Yeah. I mean, their quarterback is very injury prone. I mean, his last name is Hurts. So he's probably going to get hurt.
And they probably have the worst fantasy running back in the entire
Yeah,
league.
I was just about to say.
Sanders.
Yeah, fuck Miles Sanders. I was so high on him 2 years ago. I drafted him in every single goddamn league in like the second and third round, thinking that this guy's going to win me my fantasy league. He sucked. I hope he sucks. I hope he tears his ACL. I hope Kenneth Gainwell comes in and does a fucking great job. And just Miles Sanders is now the RB4 on that team. They need LeGarrette Blount back as well. So Eagles, I'm saying 5-12. It's also in Philadelphia, which is like a scumbag city. Besides the show, It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Nothing good is coming.
Hey,
worst fans in sports.
Liberty Bell.
Cool.
Let freedom ring.
Yeah, I
Speaking
mean,
about freedom, liberty. Let's go to the Washington Commanders. How are you feeling about them?
dude, I low-key like the Commanders this year. I mean, Carson Wentz.
New name, New Jerseys.
Carson Wentz is that guy.
Same owner, unfortunately. He'll probably be there for a while.
Hey, bro, Schneider fucks.
I don't know how that man is still the owner of his team with the amount of goddamn controversy that team has had. It's honestly hilarious.
Yeah, I mean, I like the Commanders based on this logic. Their running back Antonio Gibson, my friend nicknamed him last season, and called him like when he was on his fantasy team, called him Gibby. I liked Gibby and iCarly, so I like the Commanders. So I'm going to predict them going 14-3.
Yeah, I mean,
that is great logic.
The Commanders are playing with a chip on their shoulder this year. All these allegations, how they want to still be the Redskins, how Dan Schneider is apparently guilty, but they're going to play with the chip on their shoulder the entire season. They're going to dominate this division because of it. They don't want to hear any shit from anyone else. And they're going to have a great season, especially with Carson Wentz at the helm.
And they got a great head coach, Ron Rivera, pure football guy.
And they have the
survivor.
Dude, and they have the scariest man in football, Terry McLaurin, Scary Terry.
I thought you were going to say Chase Young. I'd be scared of Chase Young coming at me.
I mean, no, he definitely chases young boys, but I'm not.
Well,
that he does.
Now we go on to the Giants, who have a big mascot, a blind man at quarterback, a man with one knee at running back, no O-line, no defense, no wide receivers. But you know what? They got beef. And because of that, they're at least going to finish third in the division. Look at that smile.
What do you say? They're going to finish in their division?
Third, because they have you.
I mean, sure. Whatever. I was going to say silent for this one, just let you guys ramble, but no, I have my own opinions.
Let's hear your thoughts.
Well, I think highly of the Giants. I think they got a lot of potential. They had a very shitty year last year. They cleaned house. Who knows? I mean, it's make or break years for a lot of these guys. So, I mean, it's either they ball or they find a new team or go home. So,
Yeah.
Hey,
They have an easy schedule. They have a higher ceiling than they did last year. I think a great year for the Giants this year would be 8-9. Great
Yeah.
year.
I think the Giants could find success if they do one of two things. Either only let Kadarius Toney play on the field, like he plays every position and does every single thing for them, or hire a bunch of blind guys at receiver because Daniel Jones seems to only hit them. And if you're blind, you don't even know where you're going. So how can the cornerback know where you're going? So it's just a matchup nightmare for everyone.
yeah, I mean, if Daniel Jones can hit receivers the way he hits disabled kids, Giants may have a good season this year.
Yeah, I could see them finishing 6-11.
All
I'll
right.
take that.
Now on to the NFC North, where we have the Packers led by the tripping god himself, Aaron Rodgers, who's sporting a hell of a look. He's coming with a chip on his shoulder and drugs in his system. And that makes him a scary sight. I'm not going to lie to you.
I mean, it's Aaron Rodgers versus everybody. That man has had one hell of an offseason. He's probably been to all 190 plus countries and picked up 12 different languages in addition to getting a new tattoo on his arm. And I think he's dating a witch right now too. So he is
Yeah,
on
He
some shit.
sucks.
He's on some shit right now, and he's gonna go in locked in. He might win another MVP this year.
Yeah. And just my one thought. I like the Packers this year. I mean, a bunch of their fans, they're known as the cheeseheads. I happen to like cheese quite a lot. So
Mhm.
I hope they do well.
Yeah, now on to the Vikings. Vikings are pretty scary. They're big people. Dalvin Cook, pretty big guy, going to carry that offense, along with Justin Jefferson as a receiver. Going to be a great year for those two. Everyone else on the team's kind of dog shit, but hey, those two are gonna, they're gonna have a hell of the year.
Yeah. I can relate to this one. So one of my boys from back home, he's a big Vikings fan. The kid kind of sucks and loses a lot of bets for me. So I hope they go 0-17. Keep it short and
Mhm.
sweet.
Yeah, beef.
I don't want to even speak on the Vikings. An NFL team that wears the color purple should not be allowed to win football games.
Hey, purple people eaters. like
Their
that.
stadium's pretty cool, so I think that's
Their
gonna
stadium
add them
is
a
sick.
couple
Yeah.
wins.
Pretty dope.
But their old one collapsed due to snow, and they're
Yeah, but I think that gives them more
Kind of
pride.
like them in the playoffs, though, so it's pretty representative of their team.
Yeah, but like you always think of the Vikings as like, oh, didn't they have like a really shit stadium that collapsed in the Super Bowl?
Yeah. Now we go on to the Bears. My take on this is Nick Lipinski hates Bears slander on this podcast, so the Bears are going 0-17. Justin Fields, he's going to have a good season, but the rest of the team basically doesn't exist. So
Yeah,
there it
I'm
is.
gonna completely contradict your previous statement, Mondo. I think Justin Fields is gonna have a terrible season, and the reason is for that is because the Bears picked up N'Keal Harry in the offseason. He is the worst receiver in NFL history. So, but I'll agree with you. The Bears
Well,
will go
bro,
0-17.
N'Keal Harry actually just got hurt, like seriously injured. He seriously injured his ankle, I think, today. In
Now, how
practice.
does this
He threw
affect
that
their
when he
season?
was on New England. Of course, now he gets hurt. What the fuck? Oh,
He'll
well,
probably be out for the
maybe, you
season.
know what? Maybe they'll go 2-15 now. You can't just give the ball to David Montgomery every single play.
Yeah. I mean, it's the Bears, there's not much to say about them. They're trash organization. I mean, Lip's gonna hate this, but good. It'll make him click on the podcast, which is kind of what we want.
Yeah, and if the Bears wear that goddamn orange helmet this season, they're automatically losing by 25 points plus.
Yeah. Easily.
Yeah. So now on to the Lions. Dan Campbell fucks. Jared Goff fucks. DeAndre Swift murders. This team is going to dominate the football world this year.
And they're in Detroit. Like, who wants to play them in Detroit? You got a bunch of murderers on their team.
Yo, wait, what do you mean murder, bro? What did
Do you
DeAndre
remember
Swift?
Yeah,
Was it a rumor?
last
Yeah,
season there was like
That
a
didn't happen
little
though, right?
no, he
No,
didn't.
it
Okay.
There's
didn't
like an
happen.
alert that said it. There was like, yeah, DeAndre
Yeah.
Swift allegedly murdered someone last night.
I remember I was so fucking pissed because I had a fantasy
Bro,
draft like a week
you and I
earlier
were
and I
sitting in
drafted him.
class, Hod. We were like, did you see this?
Yeah.
Like, what the hell?
Murder.
Good times.
Can you imagine being accused of murder and the notification just sends out to everybody who has like the fucking ESPN app or
Bro,
whatever?
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it. I saw it. I was like, there's
Imagine
no
like
way.
DeAndre Swift like being in the shower and like his like wife comes up the stairs and like, honey, did you see this alert? No, what is it? Did you murder someone by any chance?
Dude, I mean, Lions they fuck. They're gonna win this year. They're really good. I have faith.
Monron St. Brown is lit too.
Indeed. Anything, Beef?
No, I got nothing.
Okay. On to the NFC South. Let's start with the Bucks. Tom Brady's got a smoking hot wife. So therefore they're gonna have a good year.
Okay,
That's all I got.
The NFC South is tough. You got a lot of great quarterbacks. Baker and
Fair.
Darnold. Darnold sees
bro.
ghosts, so I feel like the Panthers facility is haunted. Not a good vibe for Baker coming in first year. Baker might see ghosts. Who knows? And that's
We're
not
talking about the
he
Bucks.
needs to throw to Robbie Anderson. No, I'm talking about the NFC South in general. Can't throw to Robbie Anderson if you're seeing ghosts.
I mean,
True.
Robbie Anderson is the greatest 5th round pick the world has ever seen. But
And they have a ghost at running back too, McCaffrey. So I feel like that might even out.
Yeah. Well, going back to the Bucks, I think this is going to be one of their worst seasons yet, just because Tampa smells. Nuke Tampa.
Nuke Tampa.
Yeah, that's about it. Otherwise, they'll probably like be in the Super Bowl, but Nuke Tampa.
Yeah, on to the Saints. They got a pretty cool animal running their secondary in the Honey Badger. They got Slant Boy. They got Alvin Kamara, who was arrested, so he's gonna have a chip on his shoulder, meaning the Saints could ball out, all under the leadership of the GOAT himself, Jameis Winston. So
yeah,
watch out for the Saints this year.
Yeah, I mean,
Funny team.
Quite an entertaining roster.
Yeah.
And they got Jarvis Landry too. So
Yeah.
they actually got a squad, but
I feel like Jarvis Landry is the one keeping all those guys in check, to be honest.
Yeah,
you remember that video in Hard Knocks when he was ripping into the Browns when they were in the shitter?
Yeah.
He probably
That was
responsible
so
partly for bringing them out of the dumps.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Let that spark under him.
And the Saints had that one guy. Wasn't the Saints that got that one guy that got kicked off their practice? Yeah.
They have a lot of competitive edge on that roster.
Yeah, that's a very competitive team. I can see them competing for a wild card position this year.
Now let's wrap up this division with the Atlanta Falcons, who, go Kyle Pitts, but
You got Mariota
there.
Mariota, the quarterback. I mean, he's solid. I mean, he was dope on Oregon and wore some sick jerseys when he was there. So that's a plus for him.
Falcons do have cool uniforms, so that is a plus for them.
Yeah. I honestly don't. Oh wait, their running back is Cordero Patterson, who's kind of like the do-it-all guy. So he'll probably have a decent season. Kyle Pitts, I hope he goes off. I hope he's the number 1 tight end in the league this year.
Yeah, Calvin Ridley's definitely betting on a good season this year, so we'll see how they go.
Yeah, and I mean, Drake London has the same name as Drake, so he's probably going to be
and London.
So yeah, I mean,
they got Desmond Ridder.
Yeah,
from Cincinnati. Probably going to be very difficult for him to adjust to the NFL after playing Tulsa and University of South Florida in back-to-back weeks.
Yeah, that's tough.
In a college football schedule, but I don't really think much of the Falcons, to be honest with you. I think they're going to be one of the worst teams.
They're a team that like you kind of forget about. They're just kind of there. Like now
Yeah.
they don't have like Matt Ryan and like Calvin Ridley and Julio Jones like
They
on
still
the
got
roster
Cordero.
anymore. What?
They still got Cordero.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have Cordero.
Okay, he's a threat.
Yeah,
He's probably going to be their entire offense.
Mhm.
yeah.
So now on to the NFC West. Wow. We have the LA Rams, who Matthew Stafford's got a smoking hot wife. Allen Robinson sounds like A-Rob, so he sounds like A-Rod, so he's probably juicing.
Yeah.
I just feel like the Rams got way too Hollywood over the offseason. They just got
Yeah.
way
Oh,
too high on their victory. Like they're just gonna come into the season and shit the bed.
yeah. I mean, you say that, but like then again, like Aaron Donald could eat me for like breakfast, and then Jalen Ramsey can lock up like
Yeah, you're right.
anyone in
Their
the league.
talent is unreal. I
So
guess
as long as Stafford is somewhat accurate, I mean, he threw a blind pass today that NFL and like the Rams were hyping him up, even though he has a shoulder injury. And Sean McVay is also a ginger, so that kind of degrades them a point.
Is
But
he a ginger?
yeah, he's a ginger. He's got to be. Looks
He's a
like
natural ginger and he dyes
like
his
a
hair
strawberry
blonde.
blonde, but he's ginger. That's like what my sister considers herself a strawberry blonde. No, she's ginger.
I bet Sean McVay would also consider himself strawberry blonde. Like he'd
Yeah.
correct you. Yo,
Yeah.
nice blonde hair. No, it's actually strawberry blonde.
Yeah, exactly. And it pisses me off. So that's why I hope they kind of don't go back to back. But I can also see them at the same time going back to back because their team's just loaded.
Yeah, now on to the Arizona Cardinals, who have Kyler Murray, who just got out of that new like clause in his contract, meaning once Call of Duty drops, so will the Cardinals record. So watch out for the Cardinals midseason fall because Modern Warfare 2 is dropping come October.
Yeah, that's pretty much all you have to say about the Cardinal season is it's completely revolved around the ball.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
As it should be. I mean, Call of Duty is a great franchise. Yeah, let's go on to the 49ers. I mean, Debo, that's a cool ass name. That's going to get a couple wins.
But he was also a Gamecock in college, so I can't really root for him because he was a cock. You can't root for a cock.
They can't figure out their QB. They got Jimmy Italian or Trey Lance.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
you think Trey Lance having two first names is going to affect the 49ers season?
I mean, their running back also has two first names, Elijah Mitchell.
Yeah.
And do you think that brings in
And
chemistry, or is it a battle for who has
Samuel
the best double first name?
I mean,
that's probably more likely. I think it's going to be.
I mean, there's Trey Lance, Elijah Mitchell, Debo Samuel. There's three right there.
You can't just. Yeah, but Debo is not like a popular first name. I feel like Debo, when you think of like two first names, you're not thinking Debo.
Debo also got his ass kicked in the movie Friday. So I see the 49ers getting their asses kicked the whole year because of that.
Yeah. But I hope Debo like just does something electric every week to make it like me like, oh, I can actually like watch a highlight of the 49ers.
Mm-hmm.
Agreed.
Yeah, let's move on to the last team in the NFC we have to talk about, the Seattle Seahawks. It's all going to revolve around DK's hair game.
Yeah.
He has, pink or Seahawk green.
Yeah. Also, Tyler Lockett's output in the season. Will he either have 7 catches for 190 yards and 3 touchdowns, or will he have 2 catches for 13 yards?
The world may never know.
Yeah, especially with their quarterback competition is heating up, I heard, between Drew Lock
and the homeless man on 12th Street.
Yeah.
It's not a good look for Seattle. If you are watching this right now, our first TikTok dropped on Big Dog Media. We'll give you a couple seconds to go check it out.
Really?
Yeah.
First TikTok. We're doing numbers on TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, follow at Barroom Boys on TikTok as well. Okay, welcome back, everyone. Let's go into the AFC West. We have
Broncos country.
Kansas City Chiefs to start with. Andy Reid. I know Andy Reid fucks.
Yeah.
Patrick Mahomes is so rich. They lost the GOAT receiver to the best team in football.
Yeah.
And Travis Kelce is now rocking a pedo stash or a cop stash, depending on kind of how you see it. So there's a lot up in the air this year with Kansas City, if we're being honest.
Yeah. I think I like their younger receiver Sky more. Sky is a dope name, but he also seems like a younger version of Tyreek Hill. Definitely not as good and not as
Okay, but they also have a receiver named Pringle.
Yeah, I mean,
Which
they
is
got
kind
all
of
this.
weird.
Yeah, they got some good names, and they even have. But my most interesting thing with the Chiefs, and based on how well they do this season, is how many TikToks Juju and Jackson Mahomes film with each other. Because if it's more than 4 a week, then I could see that being a terrible scenario for the Chiefs. Also, Patrick Mahomes' wife is kind of annoying, just in my opinion. So
Yeah.
they lost
Patrick
the Honey
Mahomes
Badger
may
as
get
well.
arrested for murder this year. He murders his little brother and Juju.
I don't
So
even like the
that-
fact that Juju and Jackson Mahomes are going to be in the same stadium together.
No,
It's
no,
gonna be
no,
awful.
That's terrible for Kansas City.
it's awful.
Mhm.
I don't know how Patrick Mahomes is able to focus on football when he's got that going on.
I mean, that may be something to watch out for this year
Yeah.
with the Chiefs. You know, that could be a precursor to how the season's gonna go. He may not be able to focus with those two running around.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. All right,
But they still have McCole Hardman, who's a hard man. So
true.
that's positive.
Move it along to the Las Vegas Raiders. It's going to be a hard year for the Raiders. They're in Las Vegas, meaning they're going to be out gambling every night. I see a lot of their team getting suspended for betting this year.
Yeah.
Devontae Adams just got there. He's probably dropped a couple milli at casinos. So, you know, he'll probably have to ball out to keep getting big deals. Yeah, I don't really have much about the Raiders.
Yeah, I think they're gonna be tough. The season's either gonna go one or two ways, good and bad. And the reason is if Hunter Renfrow keeps buying Ubers for the team. Because I don't know how you're supposed to fit that many NFL players in just a normal Uber. They buy like a limo service, then they'll be chilling. They'll have all the leg room they need to stretch their legs and relax. But if they're tight and crammed into just an Uber, then I could see them
or
shitting the bed.
spin zone. They get the small Ubers because it'll keep competitive edge and a chip on their shoulder to get more money for themselves.
And for who gets shotgun.
And if they're too relaxed in a limo, they'll be too relaxed on the field and they won't play well.
Yeah.
Spin zone. Now we go on to the Chargers, who are absolutely electric this year, led by Pizza Face himself, Justin Herbert at QB. I mean, he's literally Sid from Toy Story. I mean, he's gonna destroy a couple toys along the way. Keenan Allen's the 40-year-old in a 30-year-old's body with that bald head.
Yep.
Austin Eckler, I mean, he's got a dope last name. He's gonna do really well this year.
Yeah.
You got Joey Bosa. I mean, Bosa, what a guy leading that defense.
Khalil Mack.
Khalil Mack, I mean, that 1-2 punch. I mean, I'd be terrified if I was any offense.
They got Derwin James and JC Jackson in their secondary now.
And they got Beeves low-key guy that he likes to blow and Mike Williams. So the Chargers are definitely a team to watch.
I guarantee you that Mike Williams will have 150 receiving yards week 1.
150? Is
that
your lock of the year?
Lock of the year. Mike Williams 150 yards week 1.
All right, put it on the board.
Right. Now we go on to Bronco country, where
let's ride.
The Russell Wilson, the weirdo, Mr. Locked-In himself, is getting carried in his relationship by Sierra. The Broncos will be getting carried by him all season. This team is atrocious. Jerry Jeudy got arrested.
Yeah.
Hey, come on, let's be real.
I don't even know what else to say, bro.
Yeah, his baby mama took his phone. That's not cool.
True.
Yeah. But Jerry Jeudy does make for a really good fantasy team nickname in Call of Duty. So that's a bonus for them.
But you think that's Kyler Murray's team name?
Oh, that might be. Dude, that's a great question. That's scary. But I
Yeah.
mean, this is kind of just for the boys. If you know, you know. They also have a receiver on their team that's named C. Sutton. So I hope they rot in hell.
Now moving on to the AFC South, where we got the King Henry and the Tennessee Titans.
Yeah.
Vrabel, he fucks. Titans fuck. Henry fucks.
Is this just
Tannehill's
based
got a
off how
smoking
much
hot
they
wife.
suck?
You see
Malik
his-
Willis isn't doing shit.
You see his
Titans
stiff
are gonna
arm drills
fall out.
today, Derrick Henry's.
What?
You see his stiff arm drills today?
Yeah, bro. That was insane.
You know, I completely forgot. They have Robert Woods now, the Titans.
Mm-hmm. But they
But-
lost AJ Brown.
Yeah, and he's coming off an ACL tear. But Traylon Burks, maybe he'll do fine. I guess his comparison on draft night was AJ Brown, which really made no sense to me why they would give up AJ Brown just to draft a younger version of AJ Brown. That's probably not going to be as good as AJ Brown, but we'll see.
Yeah. Beef.
Enough said.
No.
There you go. All right. Now we go on to Indy, where the Colts will be led by Jonathan Taylor and their very controversial quarterback, Matt Ryan, who appears to be a big douchebag to everyone on the team. That's
Yeah.
clearly going to affect the locker room chemistry and send the Colts straight down the shitter.
Yeah.
In
But
the
they have
division.
probably the coolest name in football, Rock Ya-Sin. I mean, that's just
That
dope.
is a sick name.
It's
That
so
is sick.
I'm not buying the reports that Matt Ryan is an asshole. I think that's just pure clickbait. I think Matt Ryan, though, I think he's the new Andy Dalton. Just like flatline 50-50, like way past his prime.
Yeah, I
He's
mean,
gonna have a lot of lowlights this season for sure.
yeah, I mean, I hope so. But Jonathan Taylor is just going to be a monster. Quentin Nelson's a monster. They're
And
all
the
on.
O line is stat. He's got protection. He's got a nice running back, so they could be good.
Yeah. So
I
we'll
mean,
see.
But
And
he's
Darius
not-
Leonard is disgusting. I think he's so
Mhm.
underrated.
looking
But they
at
also
the
have
rest of
Rodrigo
the-
Blankenship.
I mean, they're going to finish top 2 in the division. Looking at the rest of it, I mean, we can
Yeah.
kind of wrap it up in one. Let's see here. How can I do this? The Texans are a long shot, just like their QB's neck. And the
Yeah.
Jaguars, all they're getting are sunshine, just like their QB. So there's not much there. They both suck ass, and they both won't do shit this year.
Yeah. I kind of hope Travis Etienne kind of has a good year because his brother committed to UF. So
True.
hopefully he does well. And so does his brother. Mainly
Now
his
we go. Let's hit Cincy, where we got Mr. Joe Burr. He fucks. This offense fucks. These helmets are gonna lead them to a potential Super Bowl run.
Yeah, if they
before
were the
get knocked out
whiteout
by
of
the Dolphins, but this team is sexy, bro. No cap. I like the Bengals are huge this year. I love it.
Those
yeah,
white jerseys are absolutely clean.
Dude, the
Yeah.
helmets are sick.
I mean,
Sick.
they got Money McPherson. He's going to be the best kicker in football this year. Mark my
Yeah.
words. But Cincinnati currently has a resident that very smells in it, so that brings him down a little on my list. But he's moving out, so
Hey, there we go. Let's see here. On to Pittsburgh, where the Steelers are a piece of shit.
Kenny Pickett has small hands.
Yeah,
dude, they got Kenny Pickett and George Pickens.
the
George
only
Pickett's
thing
a
I can
baller.
say
He
is
is a
they'll
baller.
definitely have a chip on their shoulders because of Haskins passing away. So
Yeah,
they're playing for him this year. If it's not Pickett, who is the third string, it's going to be Trubisky.
Whoa, the MVP.
Yeah.
The man himself, absolute baller. He's going to lead that team to a 4-win season.
No, Pittsburgh is better than that.
I mean, Najee Harris, also sick name.
yeah.
So there's that too. But
They also have Minka, who's good.
Yeah, TJ
Yeah.
Watt.
Yeah, TJ Watt's probably like
Their
the best
defense is
defensive player
solid.
in the league.
They got a punt returner that can catch 7 footballs at once.
Yeah, they do. I saw that.
It's crazy. Now
know.
to the Cleveland Shitters, who have
I feel like we talked
women
enough about
beaters, rapists. I mean, literally everything that can't be on a roster. They have that. I hope they don't win a game this year. Their fan base is a piece of shit. Their organization's a piece of shit. Their team name is literally a piece of shit. So they're just gonna have a piece of shit season, and that's
Did you
all there
see
is
that?
to it.
Like, did you see the meme that the Deshaun Watson only went to Cleveland because that's where the headquarters for the American Massage Therapist Association?
Yeah, that's where like the convention is this year.
Yeah, it's like September 2nd through 4th. I started dying on that when I saw it on Twitter.
Yeah,
But,
now
yeah.
over to Baltimore, where we got Mr. Lamar Jackson, and he plays basically every position for him. So
Yeah.
not
Never seen
much
him catch
else
a
to
pass
say.
though. So I mean, the Ravens are the Ravens. They'll probably make a wild card push. I don't see
Eh.
them beating the Bengals in the division.
Lamar lost Hollywood. They used to go to games together.
Yeah,
I feel like Lamar's vibe is gonna just be off because of that.
yeah. They have Justin Tucker, who's really good. Marlon Humphrey is a stud.
Yeah.
But yeah, they need a pass catcher. Rashad Bateman as a wide receiver 1.
They need a running back.
Dude, I think Dobbins is going to be nice. But they also have Lamar as their running back, so they don't really need one.
Now let's move it to the final division we got to talk about, the AFC East. We got the Buffalo Bills, led by the man himself, Josh Allen, a great receiver in Stephon Diggs. Just an overall great team. They have some sick-ass red uniforms this year. That's definitely going to up their value in this division.
Yeah.
There's definitely a couple teams who are going to rival them this year. Actually, this whole division is going to be able to compete. But
Yeah. The way I'm looking at it, this whole division could go like 17-0. Maybe like one team goes 16-1. Or like, I guess they kind of all at one point have like 15-2 because of division games or something like that. But it's going to be a toss up because you got the Bills. Bills Mafia alone is kind of just dope in general. You got the Jets with Zach Wilson just automatically boost them to like a Super Bowl contender. You got the Patriots who are just going to cheat their way to win. And then you got the Dolphins who are also going to cheat their way to win. So
I guess let's work our way down last year's divisional standings where the Patriots were second. Yeah, I mean, they're going to cheat. Bill Belichick's going to cheat. Mac Jones is in good shape, so that's going to up their value. But they're a bunch of cheaters. And for people who are American, Patriots are not an accurate representation of what an American should be. So they're definitely in an identity crisis this year. Look for them to have a name change mid-year. And look for them to have a second half collapse.
Yeah. Okay.
Now, let's move on to, the team with the biggest chip on their shoulder getting screwed by the NFL. The team predicted by most experts to go 17-0. The team with the most accurate quarterback in the NFL, according to the best receiver in the NFL. The famous 2-and-on Army and the Miami Dolphins, the greatest team in Florida, in the United States, on this planet. They're going to go undefeated, Super Bowl bound this year. Nothing's holding us back. No first round picks getting taken away. No fines. I don't give a fuck if our owner's suspended. We're out here. We're running shit. That's how we do it.
It's cute.
Yeah, whatever you say.
Yeah. Keep hitting disabled kids over there, Beef.
I'm looking to see who the Dolphins play week 1.
Okay. While you do that, we'll talk about the Jets. I mean, Zach Wilson is an absolute dog, which means this offense is going to be full of dogs this year. Yeah. This man's going to bring
all the highest
ceiling
in the NFC or the AFC for sure.
Yeah, without a doubt.
The Jets have the highest ceiling in the division no doubt. They can go undefeated for sure.
I mean, their fan base is going to be full of MILFs this year, so look to find your way to a Jets game if you can.
Jets
That's
tickets are going to be
worth your
hot.
time.
Jets
Yeah.
tickets are the hottest they've ever been this season.
Bro, they are. Zach Wilson is an absolute dog, bro. I hate the Jets with the passion, but I love that storyline.
So it's just one of the best things to come out of the NFL offseason.
Yeah. All right. Did you figure out who the Dolphins play week 1, Beef, or do you give up?
They play the Ravens, I think, right? Am I right?
All right. Well, 1-0 start right there. Okay. Let's move on to, I guess, the last thing we have.
No. They play the Patriots week 1.
1-0 start again. Easy dub. The Patriots don't have an offensive coordinator. How are they going to score points? Nobody knows. So easy win.
All right. We'll see.
All right, let's get into our snake draft. We have situational beers. I once again win the last draft, which means I'm picking the order. Beeve got shit on the last draft, but
Whatever.
I'm gonna be nice. I'm gonna give him an opportunity to win it this time. I'm gonna make Beeve go first. Hod, you'll go second. I'll go third. 5 rounds, situational beers. So what situation would be the best to have a beer in? Really simple, especially if you like to drink like the 3 of us do. So yeah.
Let's get it rolling, Beef.
All right, first pick in the situational beer draft. You know, all of us went to University of Florida, good old Southern SEC football. Nothing better than waking up on a Saturday and drinking a nice cold tailgate beer.
Max.
Number 1 pick.
It's a great
Doesn't
pick.
matter what it is. You're just trying to get it down like water. And it's quantity over quality on tailgate days for sure.
Yeah. I can
All right.
get behind that. All right. My pick culminates a lot of stuff. What does these 3 things have in common? Air, fun, and mail. They're all free. Free beer is the best beer.
True.
What? Wait.
Dude, a situation where you get offered a
How is
free beer.
mail free? You said air, fun, and mail.
Yeah, I couldn't really come up with a third word.
Dude, mail you have to pay like a bunch of fees for.
Hey, you get mail for free.
Air is not even free.
Okay, Beef, way to ruin my thing. I'm picking free beer.
No, free beer is great. Anytime somebody hands you a free beer,
Yeah,
no matter
exactly.
what beer it is, you take it and you drink that beer.
Dude, free beer, it's like,
It's
oh,
in this
like,
economy.
even if it's like, oh, like you're looking to thing, like, oh, I don't really want to spend that much on beer, and one of your boys just hits you up with a free beer, it's like, oh, gee, thanks.
Yeah,
And you just
sure.
crack it open, and it tastes great.
Also, you've handed me my fair share of free beers.
Yeah, I've handed a lot of
Respect.
people that I've met in college their fair share of free beers.
Yeah. So it's been a long week. You've had classes. You've had work. Friday afternoon hits. That bell rings. The first beer of the weekend is the best beer you could ever have. That's my first pick.
Good pick.
First beer of the weekend.
Mm-hmm. Now, you partner that up. You go out to sports. You're watching the game. You're getting thirsty. There's nothing better than having a beer at a sporting event. Doesn't matter if it's at a stadium, you're playing intramurals, you're playing backyard sports. Having a beer at a sporting event of any sort is unbelievable.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's kind of a controversial pick just because at like any sort of professional sporting event a beer costs like $14 to $15. So it doesn't feel good about your bank account, but it does taste great.
But Spin Zone, this is a beer at any sporting event, meaning it could be just as simple as going to play backyard football with a full 24 pack. So
Okay.
you
beer
can't.
at
I'm sorry, you
sports.
cannot put backyard football and sporting event beer in the same.
I said beer at sports. That was my pick.
beer and sports.
So
Those are literally the two most generic.
okay, anything with fudge, you can kindly shut the fuck up.
I'm
Like
sorry,
kindly. Like,
I'm not sitting right with backyard football and stadium beer.
anytime you play sports and you have a beer with it, that is beer with sports.
But you're not playing sports when you're at a game. You're just paying $15 for a regular beer versus having like a 24 pack for $15 with the boys in backyard football. Completely
Beer
different
with
vibe.
sports, if you win a draft, you can change it up all you want, but
Okay,
until then, figure it out.
I'm winning tonight, so I'll change it up next episode. I'm gonna call you out on all your bullshit.
Let's see it.
All right.
With my pick, I am picking a beer that is enjoyed by everyone when you go to this location. It's a must-have, especially when your toes are in the sand. Going with a beach beer.
Not a worry in the world.
Yeah, exactly.
Beer in my hand.
Life is good.
Life
All right,
is good to
Beef,
live.
what 2 missed picks are you gonna have?
All right. Well, my first hit of a pick is gonna be the last beer. Now, you could have thought that, I'm all out of beer. I got nothing. But you want to drink with the boys. You're searching all around the room. And then you look under a shelf. You look inside an old bag. You turn over some trash. And there it is. Lo and behold, the last beer. You can do a lot with it. Play a beer game. You can chug it. You can take your time with it. But the last beer always means that you just kind of have to savor it a little bit more. And you're always much more thankful that you found it. So I'm going with the last beer. My second pick in my snake, so my third overall pick, is going to be New City Beer. Any new city that you go to, you got to try their beer. It doesn't matter if it's locally brewed or if it's just like a name brand. You can get a Coors Light in any city. But just knowing that you're, typically on vacation or just in a new city, new setting, new surroundings, you crack open a cold one, it just tastes different, just hits different.
Yeah, I actually like that pick. The way you explained it. When you first said it, New City Beer, I was like, what the fuck? The way you explained it, I like that pick. Going to
Yeah,
a
I
different
wanna
city, trying like
go
a
back
brewery
to
or
your
something
other
like
one,
that,
though.
local beer.
Yeah, exactly.
Not as much as my next pick, though. Because let's face it, if you haven't had this, my next pick, one, I'm kind of ashamed, and two, I'm sorry for you.
I already know what you're gonna say.
These beers hit different. If you're coming back from the gym or after class, or you're running late, you need to hop in the shower real quick.
Oh yeah.
A shower beer
Oh yeah.
just hits
Classic.
different. After a sporting event, you're coming back, ready to go out. Fuck, I want to start pregame. I'm gonna miss the pregame. Let me drink a beer in the shower real quick. Plus, you can't leave the shower until the beer's empty. So if you're a fan of long showers, it's a plus for you. If you're a fan of short showers, chug that shit. Either
Love
way, shower
shower
beers
beer.
are really good. I had one today, actually.
So you already had
A man of character.
Yeah.
your first beer of the weekend. And your dad's like, all right, Saturday afternoon, we're having people over. We're gonna cook up some nice food. What kind of food is it, Dad? We're cooking up some barbecue and drinking some buds. Barbecue beers hit different, bro.
Barbecue
The taste
flavored
that you
beer.
get with barbecue and the beer, different. You put the beer on the barbecue, different. Barbecue beers are so like just absolutely incredible.
Yeah. Like, does that kind of tie in like beer battered food? Because I was thinking like along
I
those.
guess it could.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's like kind of that whole atmosphere.
Yeah. I feel you on that.
Let's see. The next one on my list. So Beav, you went with the last beer. So the last one you could have. That's sad. It means you gotta stop drinking.
Like, because you ran out of beer.
The best beer that you can ever have,
It's not by
the
choice.
next beer.
Yeah, the next one.
The next beer is the best beer. Because you know why? You get to look forward to the next beer. That's what makes it a better pick. Because you get to look forward to it and you don't have to be sad about it.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you a beer that I look forward to.
Well, it's my pick, so you can tell.
Oh, well, after Oscar goes, then I'll definitely tell you.
My beer kind of relates more to Beef than probably to all of us because he's the best at this particular event. But a golf beer while you're playing golf, whether it's at Top Golf or you're just playing 9 holes or 18 holes with your boys. I'm an average golfer. My goal every time I play 18 is to try to shoot under 100. Most of the time I have some shitty holes and I just resort to the beer in the cart.
Nothing like a cart beer. I'll be
Yeah.
honest with you. That kind of sounds lame, but me personally, I don't really like to drink beer when I'm playing. It's just kind of like a me thing.
Yeah, because you're
I
a
like
try
to
hard.
focus.
As
Yeah,
someone
I am a
that's
tryhard. I'll admit.
frustrated easily, I need to cool off when I'm in the car after I just hit 3 balls into the woods and
Todd
drink
and I
my
are killing
sorrows
a
away.
24-pack that we snuck in. That's what we're doing. While
Yeah,
we're sitting
exactly.
fucking hole
For
in
sure.
ones.
Yeah.
For sure. All right. Well, I guess this is another great beer for a great activity. The two just fit like a hand in glove. And I'm talking about a fishing beer. Great day out on the lake. Could be out on the ocean. Always with good company. Not always catching fish, but always having a great time. Just sunlight, the wind of the boat, just the cold beers. Gotta love it. So relaxing. Play some good music, and you'll have yourself a good day no matter what beer, what company, or what circumstance. Fishing beer. And now, is this my last pick?
Yeah.
All right. All right. My last pick is going to be the beer that you drink after your stomach's a little uneasy after drinking too much liquor. So I'm gonna say the after liquor beer.
The hangover beer.
No. So like, I don't know. If you say you take like multiple shots in a row and you're just not feeling it at all, and you need to revert back to beer just to get it evened out. You've been drinking too much liquor, too much sugar, and that combination, you just revert back to the drink of choice, which is a nice cold beer, and then everything kind of seems all right after that.
All right. That's my final pick. Boys, let me ask you a question real quick. Have you ever done some hardcore manual labor
Yes.
that just sucks? Chores around the house, mowing the lawn.
Goddamn lawn.
Yeah. Raking leaves, just planting like flowers, watering, just pulling out weeds, weed whacking. It sucks. And it's
General
so
construction,
miserable.
contracting.
Oh, it sucks.
Plumbing.
And when you're done, you're so relieved and satisfied, and you're parched. You open the fridge, the post manual labor beer hits.
Yeah.
True.
When you relax, look outside, your yard is all tidied up.
It's
and
even
your
better when you're
house is
sitting
looking
on.
spotless.
Yeah, it's even better when you're like sitting on a porch or something.
Exactly. It's very rewarding. You had such a productive day, and now you can just sit back, relax, enjoy a nice cold beer.
Yeah, give me a porch, a freshly cut lawn, and a cool breeze. And,
Yeah.
oh man, that beer's gonna hit different for sure.
Exactly.
I'm gonna wrap this draft up with the most overlooked pick we've had. You guys have mentioned the word a couple times. Beeve with your fish and beer. Hodska with your beach beer. But you guys didn't hit the key word. The boat beer. If you're going out on the water in a boat and you're drinking, there's nothing better. The wind's going through your hair. You're cruising down, the intercoastal on the ocean in the lake, cracking a cold one hits different in a boat.
Yeah, I was on my list, but I also picked beach beer. And to be quite honest, I mean, I don't really have a lot of chances to go on a boat in Connecticut, so
True.
it didn't really apply to me. But it's a good pick. Was on my list. But good draft, boys.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Honorable mentions. We got any?
Yeah,
got camping beer.
Yeah, camping beer is good.
Nature.
That was on my list.
Airport beer.
Fireplace beer. Yeah.
Yeah, airport beer is good. I had like kind of like the first week and like post summer, like when all the boys get back from like in the town in college, like start drinking, see each
Yeah.
other. That
Beer
beer.
with your dad.
Oh,
That's a
yeah.
good one.
What about like cold weather beer? I feel like anytime the temperature drops,
Yeah, bro. I was gonna
a
say
certain
like
amount of layers.
skiing slash like snowboarding beer.
Yeah, like when the beer stays cold outside.
Yeah. No, that's a good one.
House
Watching,
party beer.
yeah, football beer, just like watching football
Beer.
on Sundays.
How did we skip that?
Yeah, I know.
Just any like Sunday beer, really.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So
All right. Well, that wraps up the draft and therefore wraps up the episodes. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. What's up?
No, you could finish the intro.
Beeb's got to piss. Make it quick, Mondo.
Wrap it up.
Be sure to like and subscribe, share it with everyone you know. I'm going to wrap this up quick so Beeb doesn't piss his pants. So thank you so much for watching and we'll see you later.
Yeah, see you boys Wednesday.
Peace, guys.